Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another videos. We need Harry Kane for next season. Manchester United need Harry Kane. I know there are a lot of strikers that are being linked with the Manchester United. There are a lot of rumors, there are a lot of transfer news going around, coming from the different sources that Manchester United are interested in signing of the Vita OCM, Hoyland, and now Harry Kane. There are a lot of different alternative striker to replace Anthony Martial at Manchester United, because we can't continue next season with this squad depth. We need a striker. We need a elite striker for Erik ten Hag next season to compete with the other teams in the Premier Leagues, because there will be a lot of dangerous team or Premier League next season, and we have to. Well, it's likely we are going to reach UCL top 4 at the end of the season. So we need a lead striker, we need quality midfielder, and we need decent or it's like a world-class center back and a goalkeeper. Those are the positions that we have to sign next season. But unfortunately, it is all depend on the new owner situation. Are we gonna get a new owner, or we are going to continue with the Glazer as an owner? I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows, because things are not clear around. Everything is complicated. Everything is complicated regarding to the transfer. New ownership situation. So when you look at that ownership report that being reported around this recent day, it's like Glazer is not that passionate to sell the Manchester United unless they get a 6 billion for the club from the club sales. Who are you gonna pay for 6 billion for the sports clubs, which don't make money a lot? Sport clubs don't make money a lot, don't make a lot of profit. So who are you gonna pay 6 billion for sports club? No one's gonna pay. So it's like a Manchester United is we don't know clearly what's gonna happen with the new ownership situation. So those kind of bad situation gonna reflect on Manchester United transfer strategy for next summer. So when you look at Manchester United situation, if we really want to improve next season, if we really want to compete against Arsenal, against Manchester City, of course it's gonna be very difficult for Manchester City to compete with for Manchester United to compete with Manchester City, because City is miles clear than Manchester United. So it is gonna be difficult season. So we need to improve our squad. We need to sign quality midfielder, quality striker, quality center back, and quality goalkeeper. But as it stands, there won't be any signing at the moment, because everything is dependent on the ownership situation. However, if there is any situation when it comes to ownership, that's like we clearly know maybe Glazer stays, or Qataris in, or Sergeant Ratcliffe in. Doesn't matter whoever became the new ownership. Of course, we left Qatari as a new ownership. So if there's a new ownership, new owner next season, for a striker option, I want Harry Kane. Than the other options. I know it's like how can I say Vita OCM. He's a quality striker at young age, and scoring a lot of goals and showing a lot of performance for Napoli, winning Scudetto like 20 years for Napoli, or 30 years for the very first time in Napoli. So I know how much Vita OCM quality has, how much quality the Vita OCM has. And Hoyland is, I believe, he's not ready yet to become a top striker in the Premier League by scoring like a 20 plus goal per season. I don't think so. Yeah, he's a quality striker. He has a lot of potentials. We should keep him by signing in the summer, yes. But all we need at the moment as a striker option is who can guarantee at least 20 plus goal per season. That is, I see Harry Kane by none. Only Harry Kane can do that. Only Harry Kane can guarantee that amount of goals per season for the next 3 or 4 years. Because when you look at the Vida OCM, it's like we can afford it. It's like 130 million pounds for a transfer fixed price, and then they're gonna be like image rights, and then bonuses, agent fees. There will be a lot of money that we need to put on to sign to complete the transfer of the Vida OCM, which means I assume we couldn't afford. We couldn't afford to spend like 150 million pounds on one player, because we have to sign like a 2 or 3 different position. So that's why I think we have to try to sign Harry Kane. When you look at Harry Kane's stat this season, only Erling Haaland have done better job than Harry Kane from the Premier League players. Erling Haaland collected 36 goals this season in the Premier League. So his goal involvement for the Premier League is a 36 goal. I haven't seen any access from the Erling Haaland, but he's got 36 goals. When you look at Harry Kane's stats, Harry Kane, he scored 28 goals this season. 28 goals. Can you imagine? Can 28 goals, and he provided 3 assists, which means Harry Kane had a 31 goal involvement this season. As stats, only Erling Haaland did better than Harry Kane. Haaland is playing at one of the best team in the Premier League. No. Erling Haaland is playing for the best team at the moment in the world, right? So it's not a surprise, in my opinion. It's not a surprise Haaland is showing those kind of performance, because he already a lead striker. He's done as Australian, he's done in the Premier League, he's done in Germany. So this is what he does. So I'm not surprised that Erling Haaland is showing those kind of performance with Manchester City. But I'm more surprised with the Harry Kane, because he's done with this kind of performance, is scoring this amount of goals, involving so many. It's like a 30 plus goal this season with this Tottenham side. You know how bad Tottenham this season is. They change like a multiple managers, and they are like up and down. Their situation is up and down. There are a lot of bad defenses. Cannot control the midfield, cannot control the games. There's no actual tactic from the different manager. So Tottenham this season is absolutely abysmal. However, Harry Kane stay keeping them alive, because all the effort from the Harry Kane, all the quality goal from the Harry Kane, all the goal he scored, all the goal he was involved in is absolutely insane. Think about it. Only Erling Haaland, only 5 goals. Only Haaland has a 5 more goals involvement than Harry Kane this season. That is how Haaland as Harry Kane is good. So we have to try to sign Harry Kane. This is gonna be a whole game changing. We need striker. Okay, we need striker. I know Eric Ten Hag love Anthony Martial because of the way he plays. His playing style actually suits in Eric Ten Hag's system, but he was like he couldn't play for 90 minutes, and he was always injured. So we cannot rely on Anthony Martial. And then Marcus Rashford is not a center forward, but however he scored like a lot of goal for Manchester United this season. He was a main striker for us, playing on the left hand side as a center forward. He's done absolutely great job, but he was like as like miserable like 10 or 15 games. So we have to try to sign a striker who can guarantee like a 20 plus goal per season. That is how we're gonna compete against Manchester City, compete against Arsenal. So when you look the opposition team, Manchester City gonna be Manchester City. We don't even need to talk about that. All right, Arsenal, they are going to be improved next season because they're gonna make the major signings, because this season they saw obviously why they can win the league. So Arsenal gonna make obvious signing and major signing this next in this summer. And Newcastle are gonna sign next, quality 3 or 4 players. So they're gonna be more dangerous than this season. And then Liverpool are definitely gonna be better next season because they are now closing on signing of McAllister, and they are now getting rid of the player that they don't need anymore. So Liverpool gonna be better next season, definitely. And then they will be like a Torino Hotspur. Chelsea gonna be better than this season. And then Unai Emery's Aston Villa, Roberto Di Zerbi's Brighton, those teams gonna be better next season. So if you are we are going to try to compete like a 6 or 7 team at least in the Premier League to get to get even top 4 places, top 4 place. It's not easy for next season. It's not gonna be easy to reach top 4 at the end of the season. So if you want to compete next season, you have to make better signings. We cannot be like a sign Vegas as a permanent deal because we cannot complete a quality striker because the situation or ownership is not clear at the moment. Oh, we cannot sign. We don't know who is in charge. We don't know who's gonna pay the money for the new striker. You know what? There's no time anymore. We're trying to like at least 2 months or the summer transfer window by spinning and trying to link in the players because we couldn't actually make the signing because there's no one who's gonna pay the money for Manchester United. So you know what? We're gonna sign the Vegas as a permanent deal, and we fucked. If so, we fucked. Sorry to use the word language, but that's how bad we're gonna be. So Harry Kane in the striker options. If we have more money, if there is a new owner or the Sergeant Radcliffe or Qatari gonna give more money, we're gonna sign Harry Kane. We're gonna sign H.Kane. We sign two striker. That's it. Get rid of like a Vegas, Anthony Marseille, Anthony Ilanga, Harry Maguire, Transivi, Alex Telles. Get rid of all the players that we don't need anymore, right? So that's why Harry Kane is the first priority for Manchester United. I know it's gonna cost like a 90 to 100 million pounds for Manchester United. I'm gonna say it's gonna be worth it because Harry Kane is doing this shit Hotspur team, doing absolutely it's like we can even say the magical works. Imagine scoring 28 goals and involved in 31 goals. Teams in teams like a Torino Hotspur. Imagine at Manchester United, it's gonna be like 30 goals at least, every single season until he reached 35 years old. That is how we can expect from the Harry Kane. So that's why I think Harry Kane is gonna be the only and important and a priority striker option for Manchester next season. I want Harry Kane. Yes, he's older than Victor Osimhen, but he has guarantee. He can guarantee goals than Victor Osimhen. Don't forget about that because we don't know what's gonna happen. Well, if we sign Victor Osimhen, can he guarantee 20 plus goals and in Premier League? I'm not sure about that. But Harry Kane, I'm sure about that. He's gonna score at least 20 plus goals per season for Manchester United. Okay, he doesn't even have a creator in his story in Hotspur. He's scoring like 28 goals. We have a Bruno Fernandes, we have a Chris Eriksen, we have a Luke Shaw, we have a Marcus Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony Santos. He's gonna score like 25 or 30 goals easily. I want Harry Kane. We need Harry Kane. Okay, it's gonna cost 100 million. Let's go for it. Of course, it's gonna be like a maximum 5 years for Manchester United. That's all he can play, but it's still worth it. I want Harry Kane. I think he's the one in my opinion. So, what do you think about striker option? Do you think should we go Harry Kane for all cost? Make sure to comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.